stoked to be in Las Vegas. These schedules that you saw at the show were scheduled to be done in March, April. And if you talk to any of the engineers in here, thank them profusely because my ask as of 4 months ago was, can we do it in January? And they said, no, we can't do it in January. I said, I think we can do it in January. Let's maybe sit down, let's really talk about if we can do it in January. And then we did. We did it in January, and it was a lot of late nights and a lot of hard work from the whole team to make it happen. So thank you awesome job. Being at CES was super important for us because CES is the showcase for every global technology you can think of. There was over 4,000 reporters at this show, and you were all tasked with finding them, and I think almost all of them made it to our booth. So we've got a lot of press out there. We've gotten a lot of hits. It'll drag a lot of new eyeballs to how we're going to change the world. Hopefully it'll get us more reservations, more investment, and it'll push us on into the future. So it's an awesome accomplishment.
Absolutely. And, I've been driving PI2, the track vehicle, all week, and it's been incredible to see the reaction of the journalists. The suspension by Denise Engineering, fantastic. It really feels like a normal four-wheel vehicle, which is, amazing. And the solar charging, too, to be able to see the vehicle with full solar, full battery pack for the first time, gaining charge by the sun.
This week we were driving the Aptera on public roads, producing as much power as we used.
It's crazy.
Thank you, Reed, head of our solar team, killing it.
The dream is becoming a reality. We're seeing it for the first time ever at CES. But something that's been on the concept and prototypes for a while. We're now into validation vehicles. What do you think the next year for Aptera is going to be like?
Now it's time to scale. We've got these first validation vehicles. We've got to prove them out. We've got to go through some deep testing. We've got to go through crash testing and airbag calibration and ABS calibration and write some big checks as we raise money here, and then it's on to production. We're hoping to deliver the first vehicles by the end of the year, and it's super exciting to see all the groundwork laid and a lot of the production tooling already finished, and just needing to put a pin in some of these last parts and really go for it in 2026.
All right, it's going to be a crazy year. The year we've all been waiting for. And we're going to be doing a solar road trip later this year, coming to every state in the U.S. and saying hi to all you Aptera fans all over the world. So you can come see the solar for yourself. So that's going to be amazing. It might take a while if we do it on solar power, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, we'll do it.
Definitely going to set some records.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we're building a better future together. Talk about the importance of, our suppliers, investors, all the people in this room to the overall mission of the company.
Everybody here has played a part in our success, whether it's a post on your social media, whether it's telling a friend about us, whether it's your investment dollars or your reservation. It's all of your goodwill and good spirit that's kept the team going, that's gotten suppliers excited, that's allowed us to get to this point. So it's awesome to be in a room with so many people that have had such a great influence on bringing this to life. Steve and I are just super humbled to have everyone's support and have been so gracious. It's taken a while. We are working hard to get it done. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, lots of other EV companies have taken a long time too. Where's that Tesla Roadster at?
I don't know. I don't know where that is.
So I think we're doing pretty good if we start delivering vehicles by the end of the year. It's slow and steady, and it's with all of your love and support that we're here now. And we think that you're just an inspiration, hopefully, to the whole industry and everything we do. Thank you.
All right, well, it's great to be the largest crowd-funded company in history. Thanks to all of you. We have these production validation vehicles.
20,000 individual investors in the company, the most successful crowdfunding in history. You're all a part of something that's never been done before and will never be done again like this.
All right, well, it's time for closing remarks. Talk about what the world would be like with Apteras on the road, with 1 million Aptera on the road by 2033. And what's our commitment to sustainability in the future?
You know, we want to put 1 million of these vehicles on the road by 2033. Imagine the impact that 1 million of these beautiful vehicles will have on the road. Every Aptera you put on the road is like taking 20 gasoline vehicles off the road from terms of emissions. So, you know, it's a lofty goal, and we think Tesla, it took them 12 years to do it. We're hoping to do it in 8, and we think we can with the amount of support that we've gotten and how much people love the vehicle. But to be so efficient affects our planet, affects our lives, affects the air we breathe, affects the materials we take out of our planet. This is something that can really change the world, and all of you are part of it, and all of the engineers and myself and Steve are just tremendously humbled that all of you have jumped on this mission with us, and we think in 3 years we're going to look back and go, gosh, this is just such an amazing thing that we've done for the world. Really a gift to be a part of.
Amazing. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing night. Dance it up, drink it up, celebrate a world with solar mobility, and it's because of all of you that it's happening. Thanks to all of our engineers who are working so hard. We're going to bring them up to answer some questions now, so give our engineers a big hand. They're going to answer your questions, and then maybe I'll come back later and answer some more.
Engineers to the stage who are signed up for this. Thank them for signing up for this, by the way. For signing up to go on stage. All right. All right. This is going to be a brief Q&A session. After that, we're back to partying, so we're going to have a great night tonight. All right. Big round of applause for all these engineers. Thank you, guys. I mean, fantastic work on these vehicles. Seriously, incredible stuff. All right, well, we'll start easy first. What's your role? What do you do at Aptera? And we're going to go down the line. Are all the mics working? Do you guys want to try to talk in them? Oh, let me make sure it's on. Put that in the front. All right, see if it works.
Hi everyone, good evening, and thanks for your support. And firstly, I would like to thank all the engineering team for putting up together all the panels, all the screws and bolts, and making it to the CES to showcase the most efficient vehicle in the CES. And thanks to the fan for all the response we had in the last 3 days. And I have been working for Aptera since 3 years. I have 15 years of experience in interior and exterior trims, and I'm a manager at Aptera Motors for interior and exterior trims, and we have been putting all the efforts to make you feel comfortable inside the vehicle, and also putting up the panels on the exterior to make it more efficient for you guys. Thank you.
Good evening, solar fans. Yeah! Rock! All the 3 days I've seen the enthusiasm and the support from you guys. Like, thank you very much by heart. So, I am Srikant Chopde, working on mechanical side of this vehicle. I am leading all the wing closures, mechanisms and trim also, and trying to make this vehicle as safe as on the vehicle and efficient for this. I remember that I joined this company as a 5th member long back when Steve and Chris interviewed me, and they says this is the vehicle. I was working at the biggest giant at that time, like Toyota, and after seeing this vehicle attracts me to work on this vehicle. And I'm trying to make this company and this vehicle as efficient and safe on road. That's my promise.
Amazing. Also, everyone, welcome Kiva to the stage as well. Let's jump to you real quick, and then we'll keep going down the line.
Hello. My name is Kiva. I work on the thermal system and the vision system and exterior lighting.
you got out of that easy. Hi, I'm Akos. I'm actually VP of Strategy right now, but I started as just a consultant for Aptera 3 years ago. And I remember I walked in the first day, and Steve and Chris said, we need to build 20,000 vehicles a year. How do we do that? And since day one, that has been my job, trying to find the right partners and work with them to make this reality. Now we have, how many? 52,000 pre-orders? 52,000. And it's going to be growing. Thanks for your help. And everybody can build one car or one vehicle. It's really, really hard to build 20,000 a year. And this team has been doing amazingly in getting to that point. And so I'm looking forward to this year to make actually production reality. And thanks to all our partners, both here in the US and also over in Europe and in Asia. And we wouldn't be able to do it without them. And I think we have a core team that's kicking butt here in Carlsbad, California, and all over the world, in Italy, in South Korea, and the rest of the world. So thank you guys for being here for us.
Hello, hello. My name is Reed Thurber. I'm the lead solar engineer here at Aptera. We've got a really good solar team here at Aptera. We're making world's first solar panels. Curved solar panels, super high efficiency curved solar panels for automotive vehicles. It's not something that's been done before. When we first got into trying to add solar panels onto a vehicle, after realizing how efficient the shape was, that it could actually make a difference, nobody could do it. We couldn't find any suppliers to do it. Nobody would fit our aerodynamic shape. So we decided to bring it in-house. And yeah, absolutely. So I help lead a team of engineers, and we design and manufacture all the solar panels you see on any of the vehicles you see driving around, and all the Aptera you'll see in the future.
Hi, my name is JC Carell, and I'm the electrical system architect. I do kind of work on the circuit boards in the vehicle. So we have 17 custom circuit boards scattered about. You'll see the zonal controllers I help work on. I help work on the knock-knock sensor, the solar charge controller, and the BMS. So it's kind of any of the circuit stuff.
All right, fantastic. You know, it's crazy, and I've said this on all the media rides. It's insane that Aptera is under 50 employees, and we've done what you see over there. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Most automotive companies have over 2,000 employees, less than 50. Of course, our partners add on to that, but really incredible work that these guys are doing. We're really doing something that's never been done before. Absolutely. Amazing. So we're going to go down the line. Just really quick, what do you like about working in the solar transportation space? What inspired you to work at Aptera? Just say a few words, and we can start with Kiva and go down the line.
I think what really inspires me to work at Aptera is that it's just such an inspiring space to work in. It is really unique, and the team is quite small. And I think that everyone that works at this company really gives it their all and is really there because they love the product and love, you know, what the vision is at the end of everything. So we really feel like a team because we're quite small, and yeah, it's just really inspiring to be part of this group, and it's kind of crazy to see everyone who's here today and supporting us. And you know, when you work in the office all the time, you can kind of get embedded in all the issues and the problems and stuff. So it's really refreshing to see all you guys here, not worrying about the problems that we're worried about, but just really excited to see this beautiful on the road. So, thank you.
Sorry, I forgot my name by seeing the crowd last time when I introduced myself. My name is Shashidhar Chaklapi, and What I see, I would like to first thank Steve and Chris for giving us an opportunity to work on this vehicle. And by looking at them and what they inspire us to work on the vehicle, and the main inspiration is the shape of the vehicle. Why would I not go to work on that vehicle looking at the shape? And that's all I have. Thank you.
Hello guys. Mostly is Aptera, looking at Aptera, you can see that track coefficients and everything, what Christoph all about in the intro, how they meet that thing. But our main challenge while doing this thing is the shape. You can see all the vehicles around have very unique simple shapes. But Aptera has that unique shape, and that challenge we accepted. And thank you to my team, everybody here, and the backstage guys there, our manufacturing and every team. Love you guys. That without them, this cannot be possible. And our marketing team is very good, giving us input from the public. Hey guys, you need this thing, that thing, that help us too. And it's all about teamwork. Without this incredible team, this cannot be possible. Startup works differently than the process organization, but startup brings some processes differently in our organization. That's a teamwork, integration, and talking with each other on small issues, sitting behind our egos and everything, and day and night works, changing the hats multiple times, taking this work, that work, and solving issues. That's the spirit we have. That's why we are delivering this vehicle with a small team and very few years.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's why we're gonna make it. That's why we're gonna make it. All right.
Yeah, I can only echo what everybody else said already, that we have an amazing team. It's a small team, but it's very determined. And when you see the two CEOs in the trenches with us every day, sometimes you don't mind them. Out of our business, but no. It's great to have them, and it would have been nice to have about 50 of us up here, because there's some great people here in attendance and also back in California that have been working relentlessly for the last few years. What excites me about the project is not just what's on the outside. Solar is our signature technology, and it's really the promise of the future. But if you watch what's underneath the skin, the way that we are building this vehicle, nobody else is doing that out there. Everybody else is still back in the 20th century on how they build vehicles. Even your Teslas, it's still built the same way that it was built back 100 years ago when we took the horses away from the carriage. So the way that we are building this vehicle, it's the future not just for this, for our vehicles, but I think for the industry. So it's a small team, but determined to change the world of transportation. Yeah.
Well said, well said. All right, solar time.
Thank you. Yeah. There are a lot of really interesting and exciting technologies going into the Aptera, and I think that one of the reasons I personally am like to be so involved in it, and I'm so happy to work on a project like this, is that as you see all these technologies come together and work in synergy, you can really see that this architecture is the way of the future. We're basically building a perpetual motion machine that actually works, which I think is insane. So, yeah, absolutely. All the solar technology, I love to see the solar technology come together with the battery technology and the efficiency of EVs are all working together as a trifecta to create the Aptera, and I love being a part of that. So, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. The question, inspired. What makes me inspired to work at Aptera is kind of similar to what Reed said, but just it's a unique problem, and the solution for it is also really unique. And so that's really kind of the niche part of engineering that becomes the most inspiring bit. It's just nobody's done this before, there's no solution for it, you have to work to find the solution, and you're up against all of these crazy challenges that just don't make any sense. Like making it super lightweight and super small and super efficient, and then packing all of this power into it is just counterintuitive. Like where does all the power go? There's no space. So it's just really fun to try and figure out a really difficult problem and kind of see it come together.
Absolutely. Amazing. Amazing. This has been incredible to see these first validation vehicles come to life. I mean, this has been the dream. This is what we've all been working for. So the team should all be incredibly proud. I have one more kind of group question, and then hopefully Audra's somewhere with a mic. If not, go find a mic, and we can take some questions from the crowd as well. But what are you most excited for in the year of 2025? I feel like this is the transformative year for Aptera, where we go big. So I'll go down the line, see what everyone thinks. So yeah, 2025. Is it on? I can give you
Testing. Okay. In 2025, I think I'm most excited to get some real world testing done. That is been long due for our company, and just get our vehicle onto the track, get a bunch of really good data, and just perfect the final things that we need to perfect before getting these vehicles rolled out. So I think 2025 is really going to be a big year. Every single year that I work at the company, we've done a massive amount of work, and we're at a really good place at the start of 2025. So I think that this will be a very good year. Hello. Yeah, really good year for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we have already accomplished one of the milestones by putting those two vehicles on trailer on Jan 3rd for the CES. And the second I would like to have is like we all together handing over the keys for all the Aptera fans as early as possible, which it should be before 2025. Yeah.
All right. We all want the same thing, that's for sure.
I will say just word, make it production ready to deliver to the customers. That's it.
Absolutely.
You need an engineer. I'm excited about 2025 because we have been working really hard for the last 3-4 years in creating a system. So the two vehicles that you have seen here at CES, they are not prototypes, they are not concept vehicles. The design of it is intended for production. So it's a question of money, but we can get into production with that design after the validation phase. So that systemic thinking and the hard work is paying off in 2025, so we can get you your vehicles.
Absolutely. Huge year.
So the thing I'm most excited about 2025 for, clearly I think about the solar panels the most, but I want to see, how many miles we can get just on sunshine. I would love to see that. I want to see as much solar data as we can get, analyze all the solar data we can get, and share as much of it as we can, And I just want to, keep driving.
Hell yeah.
Drive on the sun, that's all I want to do. I want to spend the whole time in the car just rolling on sunshine.
This is the year of driving on the power of the sun.
Pretty much the same thing as reading Kiva. I love testing. I think it's amazing. I love seeing it all come together. Like we've worked really, really hard to design specifically on my team, design circuit boards to control a bunch of different components in a lot of different scenarios. I'm excited to break a bunch of things. Just drive it until it dies in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
Then refuel from the sun and stuff. Just like I like that part. I like breaking stuff, so I'm excited for that part of engineering.
Yes, it's a good thing. All right, I think we can answer 3 to 5 questions, and then we'll get back to the party, if that sounds good to you guys.
Okay, so if you could just raise your hand, I'm going to come walk on by if you have a question on your mind. I don't see many hands. Okay, see here. Burning questions? Okay, I'll start here. Are you ready?
Are you familiar with solar e-bike campers? That is to say, solar-powered e-bike camper trailers that can be hauled by e-bikes with solar panels on top of them, which produce enough energy to propel the e-bikes without having to plug in to the grid or gas-powered electricity.
So I'll answer this one since it's kind of a solar question. So we love solar technology here at Aptera, and we don't just want solar panels to be restricted to the Aptera. So as you guys might have known, we've had other partnerships with other companies to bring our innovative solar technology to anywhere we can. Anything with a battery in it, we want a solar panel on it, at least where it makes sense. So, if we get a good partnership with an e-bike company that has a solar camper on it, we'd be happy to talk to them about throwing some solar panels on it. Or at least I would. So.
That was great. And when we do, I think you should be the spokesperson for it because I love the way you worded the sound of wording that question. Thank you for your question.
Hi, my name is David Hitchings, and I was a Northrop Grumman engineer in aerospace engineering. I wanted this car ever since it had a motor. And my question is about the solar also. This area gets very, very hot. And so what's the temperature coefficients that you guys have tested to cooling the car in the Las Vegas climate at the same time as charging the car? For example, Nellis gets to 140 degree tarmac. So what kind of temperature coefficients can we do in places like Phoenix and Las Vegas? I'm concerned that it might be too hot here.
So you probably mean how hot of a temperature will the solar panels be able to withstand? We're designing for normal automotive temperatures and for normal solar temperatures. So in Las Vegas, there's a ton of solar farms around. We're designing them just like that. So anything Las Vegas can handle, the Aptera should be able to handle.
That's awesome news. All right, got a question here?
All right, how soon can we see a Polydrops and Aptera road trip with Aptera Solar on top of the Polydrops?
Yeah, we don't have a tow hitch on the Aptera. But I would love to see something like that one day. Maybe somebody could throw it together and see how it does.
Hello there, my name is Jeff Livingston. I am an engineer, but I had a question. I had a question relating to your time at CES. What is your favorite moment from CES? Anyone of you, or all of you?
I'm going to answer that. There are actually two moments. One was on the first day on Tuesday morning. The doors were supposed to be open at 9. I showed up at the booth at about 8:30 and was packed. So, and the second one is actually right now. So if you guys can bear with me. Smile.
Marco Lanti, investor, really happy to be here. You guys are amazing. So, we're looking at the release of Aptera, like the release edition in 2025. Looking farther, what is your dream bucket list of design ideas? Is there an Aptera with a sunroof? The sunroof is still solar, but it slides back. Is there a caravan? What are you looking at for the future past this, which I know is like a major milestone? But you know, what are you thinking about for the future?
The list is limitless. If you add anything on Aptera and next versions, I will go for it soon. But it's limitless. You can add anything on Aptera, but we have to launch a vehicle first, prove it first, road safe first, and be successful company in the industry, and then the limit is infinity. We are going solar everywhere.
I can add a little bit to that. Without getting too much into the details, I think I would be very excited to see the belly pan radiator work. It's definitely something that we're looking into, and you know, there's challenges with everything that we design on the vehicle, but that would definitely be a very exciting thing. And just for the thermal system, I think just, you know, we don't have a heat pump in the system right now, but that would also be great to implement. I think this first version is going to be, you know, a well-designed, like back to the basics kind of build of something that works, something that we can put onto the road that will drive well and work well, and then from there we can optimize and make it as perfect as possible, and to really be on the leading edge, because we're a pretty small team. We can't always keep up with everything that everyone else is doing out there. But as we build, we also gain more experience and we get more familiar with how everything's done. So I think the next iteration will just come faster and be smoother, and we'll have all the perfect optimizations that you would wish for to do.
Maybe I would like to make it fly as soon as possible.
Yeah, everybody that looks at the Aptera the first time, they say, where are the wings? So I think flying is in our future. And you guys think I'm joking, but the way that we are building this vehicle, I think is the architecture that will allow us to build vehicles that are actually flying, not just on the
So for me, I'd love to see a special edition Aptera with, I don't know how many of you solar nerds there are out there, I imagine it's all of you, but a gallium arsenide packed Aptera with 50% cell efficiency like they have on satellites. I think that'd be insane. I don't know how much that would cost, or if it's feasible, but if we're just talking bucket list, I'd love to see a supercharged Aptera.
First product in a portfolio of solar mobility products. Aptera is. All right, we got a good question over here.
Thanks, Andre. Murray Thibodeau here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Investor number 789. Actually, three things. One, I want a heated steering wheel and heated seats. Two, when can I see the 600-mile and 1,000-mile battery packs? And three, when are we going to get the cut design so we can start designing our own vinyl wraps?
All right. Vinyl wraps is the last question. I think the vinyl thing will come can come pretty soon. The body structure has been tooled, and it is what it is. So that seems like an easy one. Can you answer the other ones, Akash?
Well, let me stay on the vinyl wrap first. First of all, it's not going to be vinyl, it's going to be a different material. Nice. But one of the goals was from the beginning to not have to paint the vehicle. To be able to give you, the customers, the chance to personalize the vehicles as you want. And so we're working very hard with our partners on how to make that happen. Because it's one thing to wrap one vehicle, it's a challenge to wrap 20,000 a year, and we're going to do that. So I'm gonna let the other guys answer.
Just so you all know, we're going to make this the last question, and we'll do closing remarks after this, and then we'll all be around so we can all talk to all the engineers, and we can get back to the party too.
Talking on the heated seat and heated steering wheel. So currently we have tapered down the features for the launch edition. Currently we will not be having those on the launch edition. Maybe after we launch the vehicle, and then we will put on all the additional features in those. Thank you.
All right. We good?
There was a question about battery. I'm going to answer the first question as well. The vehicle is built in a very modular fashion. So as technologies evolve, we can update the vehicles not just on the software side, but also on the technical feature side. So the 600-mile battery and the 1,000-mile battery will come as the technology allows us. For the heated steering wheel and the cup holders, or the heated seats, my wife asked me the same question. So.
All right.
So I got a lineup of about 3 really quick questions that we could just call 3 parts. So we're gonna go. We can take it pretty fast. But here's the first one.
With small cars, collision risks are always a big thing. What are future safety features that you're hoping to put in that aren't in yet?
First of all, this is an motorcycle, and you're asking for this Aptera car. Okay, this is a motorcycle. It has some limited regulation to be passed, but we add on some regulation to be passed by us only. It is not required by government, but we are giving us safety vehicle. So we have 2 airbags, which is an seat belt with wristband system, and then roof rail for roof brush, and side doors have FMVSS regulation required intrusion beam, and the frontal side we have the crush zone for the frontal impact, and the rear side we have structural member for rear impact. So we have almost everything that is required for a road safe vehicle with this speed. In any casualty, our customer or passenger need to be safe. You are Aptera passengers, so we want you to be safe on the road. That's our main challenge, and we accepted it, and we have validated it virtually, and our vehicle has that. This Apollo has every that feature in it. You see, we need to validate it, and next level is that one. We are going into validation and testing phase in next 6 to 7 months, and that proves that.
Safety is our #1 priority.
Just a quick question. I've heard a lot about going forward, but how fast will it go in reverse, and how stable is it?
Well, I've been driving it a lot. Incredibly stable. It's impossible to flip. It's amazing, and stable in reverse too. It feels like a 4-wheel vehicle in every single way. It's incredible what the suspension team is able to do. All right, final question, Andre?
Yeah.
2 more. Okay.
And if you have seen our previous videos with our Alphas, I think so, going through the cone test with the 60 miles speed, and our wheels are on the road at that time. You can see on the YouTube that videos and old videos. Even that vehicle is not tuned, but it is on the road through the cone test.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hi. So my question is about the all-wheel drive. All-wheel all-wheel drive. When can we expect an all-wheel drive model? Is it beyond the launch edition? And if so, when? And also related to that, when will we see the Comma.ai system integrated? Will the launch edition have it, or is it after the launch edition? So the rear wheel and the Comma.
As I said earlier, the design is modular, so as the technologies are getting more mature, we are adding those features, including the all-wheel drive. For the third wheel will be driven, the best solution is the in-wheel motor, and we are working very closely with our partners on making that feature available. My dream, personally, would be to be able to retrofit vehicles at a later time when the technology becomes available. But I'm not going to make promises in the name of the engineers. And for OpenAI applications, I think Chris is the expert.
Yeah, it will be determined in the validation and testing phase how soon we can add OpenPilot into the vehicle, but it's the long-term vision of this company to add OpenPilot into this vehicle. We'll try to do it as soon as we possibly can, pending everything else we have to validate, which is much more important.
I have one last question. Thank you all.
Okay, so this is a question to you engineers, from an engineer. I'm curious, what is your favorite thing you've learned about the reality we live in, whether that's like what energy is, or how aerodynamics works, or I just understand the process of fixing a problem and learning the root cause. I'm just curious, what was one of your highlights in that process?
I think so. Kind of answer that in like a general way. Like a vehicle is a super complex system, and it has like so many little things in it that all have to work together, and it's such a huge design. You have all the mechanical, you have like thermal, you have lighting, you have closures, you use solar panels now too, and like the weirdest part and like the really fascinating part is just it's such a huge complex system, and fitting something that complex together with it all working well, and if one thing breaks, making sure all the other things keep working, like that's kind of the craziest thing. It's like, making it safe means making it keep going, even if, the headlight blinks off, we have to make sure everything else is still fine. So that's kind of the crazy thing.
I think the main thing is that for 3 years we have been looking at this vehicle in CAD. So you're looking at it on the screen, and then the parts start showing up when the actual vehicle comes together, just like in the last 2 months. We all had a lot of oh crap moments, but also it's just so exciting to see something physical in your hands that you can drive. And I know you guys are very impatient to have your vehicles, but you will have the same feeling when you sit in the Aptera for the first time. You will have that oh crap moment, and that's the biggest challenge, to go from like the 2D kind of idea to an actual physical vehicle, and that's an amazing thing.
For me, this question is just like your mom made some food for you and what you like out of it. I love everything in this vehicle. It's just like that.
So when you said you are an engineer, and we are a bunch of engineers, we love the problems, and we love to solve the good problems, and we have Aptera as a good problem to solve and accommodate everyone in the vehicle.
For me, I think it's very easy to take a lot of things that we use in everyday life for granted, such as the cars we drive, and we just assume that the people that make those cars know what's best, and they know the best of the technology to use in those things. And I think what's really been eye-opening for me is that, a pretty small team here in San Diego, we've been able to kind of think outside the box and do things that, a lot of traditional companies have not thought of, I guess, or have not tried to do. So it kind of made me realize that the limit is not necessarily with the biggest companies and the ones that we think are always leading the trend of things, but the people who are willing to take risks and think outside the box and work quickly and make changes quickly. So, yeah.
All right. Did you want to say anything, Reed? Or do you want to do head out?
So you may not realize it, but when you see one of the solar panels, there have been hundreds of solar panels that happened before that one. There's a lot to say about perseverance in engineering, and a huge part of making a solar panel is you make a solar panel and then you tweak it, and then you make another solar panel and then you tweak it, and then you throw that one away because it was worse than the last one, and then you start over again. So engineering has a lot of that in it, and especially a vehicle as different and as unique as this one. So if you're an engineer, perseverance is your best friend.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this in front of all these people. We really, really appreciate you guys. This is incredible. So thank you all. Thank you guys. All right. Well, now the DJ's going to come back. We're going to party, and we're going to all be around with all of you. So let's get some drinks, get some food, and let's have a good time.